Hey, you're going to be watching the compilation of the water tower collapses in the background as I talk. So as these water towers come down, I'd like to talk about the function of these things. Now, I would say it was a good year ago or so I started to question these, and I started to make inquiry about what are they really about. And I could find almost nothing on YouTube, nothing. In fact, my videos might have been the only thing going, except for one or two like this, just showing the demolition of these old so-called water towers. But I was surprised. Today I went on YouTube and looked for water tower information, and I saw all kinds of videos. So I'm beginning to think that the videos that I did had a little bit of an impact, in that whatever these are, those who are in control don't want you to know too much. And they want you to drop it. And they don't want you to venture into the unknown. They don't want you to say, wait a minute, maybe there's another function other than what we are told. So I watched these videos and trying to listen to people that work on them or claim to have worked on them. And they'll talk about your drinking water. Well, that's nonsense, because water comes through your pipes from the main source, and it's not like you're going to a water cooler to get your drinking water. That's complete and total nonsense when somebody talks about they're there for your drinking water. Then they'll talk about like they're a backup. Well, take a look at it. How many gallons are in these things, and just how much of a backup could that be for any one community? That's kind of crazy too. And then they'll talk about, well, they're there for pressure. Well, hold on. We have to watch a commercial, I'm sorry. They'll talk about they're there for water pressure. But that's not really true, because you can pressurize the entire lines, the entire system. And once the entire system is pressurized, that's it. Well, then I heard one gentleman say some communities have them and some don't. That's true. I know the home community that I grew up in, lived in, did not have a water tower. And his explanation was, well, in the event of a power outage, you've still got pressure or something like that. That's not really true either, because once a line is pressurized, the pressure is in the line. So when there's a power outage, you can still draw water as long as you live in a city or a small town or a suburb. Now, if you live out in the rural area and you have your own well, you're probably not going to be able to draw water because your pump will not function, and you won't be able to pump it from the well. But in cities, towns, small towns, suburbs, that doesn't apply. So if you watch these other videos, anything they say does not make sense. Therefore, I think I'm on the right path. They're not really about water. So if they're not about water, what are they about? I'm not sure. At first, I thought they were electrical collection devices, in that they were harvesting electricity from the atmosphere. And that may be true, or may have been true. Next, I've jumped into the thought and the idea that they're actually small radio stations transmitting signals into the atmosphere. And we know now that these signals do not have to be legible. The signals can be just frequencies. And those frequencies can affect your mood. Those frequencies can manipulate you. And this has been shown through the work of Anthony Sutton, who talked a lot about psychotronic weapons. In other words, you can have weapons of warfare of the mind that are frequencies completely unknown to you, that they're being broadcast and you are receiving them. Yes, you can receive frequencies without a radio or television set. Your skull will vibrate. That is correct. All you need is something that will vibrate, and that's like a speaker. So your skull vibrates and it goes in your inner ear, and then these frequencies reach your brain, and then your brain begins to decode. Now take a look at that one. Does that look like it has any value to any community? Any of these things? Do any of them look like there's any real value of what they say? Well, I'll tell you what, they don't to me. So I will keep pursuing this whole idea of water towers. And I would like for you to help in this pursuit. In fact, the other day I just stopped at one that looked just like that. And I have a video up where I said, maybe it's a missile silo. By the way, missiles are a hoax. Nuclear missiles are a hoax. They're all a hoax. So these things, obviously, in my mind, they're a hoax too. But what exactly did they do? Or do they do? I don't know for sure. But I hope to find out, and if you can be of any help, please investigate in your area. Please get a video camera and do some video work. Please use your mind, use your thought process. Figure it out. Let's all work together and maybe we can come up with some answers on these water towers and lots of other questions and lots of other things that have been mysterious to us and unknown. And that's the problem. Those who control are starting to realize that more and more and more of us are beginning to understand the world is not exactly the way we've been told. So again, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'd like to acknowledge that God is almighty and God is the ruler ultimately over all, and that eventually He will bring down not just water towers, He will bring down this whole fallen system, and He will bring about His kingdom here on this earth. But until then, We all have to just simply pray, thy kingdom come. Thank you.